What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, back to another new video. Hope y'all are doing well. So, we are here and we are getting unloaded. We're up here in Windsor Locks. If you haven't watched my last video, go watch it. But we are up here. We are getting loaded. They are unloading us right now. And figured while I had some time, I'd talk about a few things. A lot of y'all wanting to know more. Talking about, the last video where I talked about a lot of problems here at USA. So we're going to talk about it more. Talk about some more of these issues, what's going on. So first off, let's get into this load I'm on. I said in my last video that I was late. Now, if you want to know more, go watch that video. But just to cover the basis of it so you understand, I was late. Had a couple delays. They were kind of out of my control, such as a car accident, and just a couple other things I could not control. It caused me to be a little late. Caused me to run out of hours, thus causing me to be late. So I got up here, and they told me they couldn't unload me yesterday. They said they were done doing a lot of unloads for the day. Now, when I was late, I'd let dispatch know. I told them initially when everything first started going on, and I realized I was probably going to be late. Never got a response back, nothing. It was night shift. Well, my DM didn't even know about it until he called me and asked me, "Have you been unloaded yet?" And at this time, I was like just getting there, and being told, "Hey, can I unload you?" Blah blah blah. Well, he says he's gonna see what he can do to try to get back with me, which he's good about usually getting back with me. I know yesterday he was pretty busy, so he didn't, and that's fine. But I noticed later on, yesterday evening, that it said my load appointment was for the 28th. So my appointment at some point by somebody did get changed, and they changed it to the 28th, but nobody told me. And it's a good thing I'm getting unloaded. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a good thing I am getting unloaded because, well, you know what? Fuck, I'll go ahead and say it. If it wasn't, I'd be dropping this trailer here or at the first yard I came to and going home. It's that simple. I'm not gonna sit here for 7, 8 days waiting to have my trailer unloaded. I've got to make money. And I'm sure someone's like, "Oh, you were late." Well, last time I checked, I'm not God. I cannot control shit. Can't control car accidents. Can't control that shit. But I'm here getting loaded or unloaded, and that's all that matters. So now let's get more into what I talked about yesterday. And I've seen, some other drivers I know making videos and whatnot. And we're gonna all talk about it because there is a lot of us, and I hope somebody from USA sees this. I hope the operations manager, um, drivers managers, I hope, and all the people up there in the offices, I hope they see this. Because we've been saying it to them. They obviously don't want to do nothing about it. So now when we start putting this info out there and making USA look bad, and they don't have drivers coming over no more, maybe they'll do something. And they're saying they're losing drivers, maybe they'll do something about it. Now, when I first came to USA, they were not a bad company. Just like I think I can speak for several different drivers that I could say easily there was no bad things to really say about USA. I was proud to work for them or to be leased onto them. I was proud to be pulling their trailers, have their name on the side of my truck. I had nothing but good things to say. That is not really the case anymore. And I'm starting to realize that might have been one of the reasons I didn't realize it, that I wasn't making a lot of videos, is I didn't really have anything good to say. Didn't really feel motivated. And I think I said that before. So, you know, when I came here, loads were plentiful. They paid a good rate. Um, there was pretty good communication, and things were overall pretty good here. And Just like I've heard other drivers say, it's went from great, good. I've had people say mediocre. I say poor at this point. So let's talk about it. Communication. We'll start with communication. It sucks. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of us, we have pretty good communication with our DMs. We're not necessarily talking about our dispatchers or dispatch managers or our advisors, as USA calls them. That's not so much the problem. The problem is getting with maintenance, getting with night shift dispatch. It's either night shift, weekend dispatch, or maintenance roadside. Especially at nighttime or on the weekends. We will be waiting hours for a response on something. The point we usually say fuck it and figure it out ourselves. That's been a big problem. Like I said, I messaged night shift dispatch the other night, told him what was going on, told him I was probably going to end up being late. Even tried calling, never got a response back, and the next morning no one even communicated that to my DM. So, that's one issue. Another issue, maintenance. I'm sorry, to the head of maintenance, you're a joke. I hope he sees this. You're a joke. You need to do your job better. I'm speaking for every IC over here. Do a better job. If you're higher than him at USA, you need to fire this guy. Or make him start doing his job. Because when I come to you and say, hey, I've got a trailer I got one trailer tire leaking air, and I can't figure out where it's leaking at. I don't see any major damage. You guys choose the cheapest option. And they all try to patch it, which I didn't even realize was legal. Is that even legal? To patch a trailer tire? Yeah, it probably is, but I didn't even know that. Never heard of it before. I've never heard of any other company doing that. So, they patch this tire, and then I get to my next stop, or I don't even get to my next stop. I get, down the road, and I pull over to do a 30, and I notice that tire is leaking again. I'm going to be honest. Do you think I tried to have it repaired again? No. Come at me for it. But why? They didn't want to fix it right the first time. Why should I keep wasting my time? Because this isn't a once thing. It's all the time. It's different drivers. Hear about it every day. So why would I keep wasting my time? So whoever gets that trailer, I'm sorry. I reported it. They didn't want to fix it right. I did what I'm supposed to do. They wanted to cheap out. That's on USA. These cheap recaps keep blowing out on us all the time. They're gonna keep choosing the cheapest option. We call and say, hey, man, these brakes are looking real low, and they give us a little tool. Yeah, they give us a little tool. This little tool right here. This is given to us by USA. Check our brakes. Check our tires. Check the stroke length. When we say, hey, this is the tool you guys gave us, we're using it to check our tires, check our brakes, the stroke length on the slack adjusters, all that shit, and it's out of spec, or it's barely in spec, like, I'm gonna drive down the road and it's gonna be out of spec. USA says, oh, if it's still legal, even if it's just barely legal, if it's still legal, it's good. But yet, you're wondering why our CSA scores are going up. You wonder why this shit isn't getting reported anymore. We sit there and we say, hey, found this trailer here at this location. It's got a blown out tire. It's got a hole in the roof. It's got this, that, and the third wrong with it. And we report it. And we find out that other drivers have came along and reported it, but yet it's still broke down and needing fixed. It's ridiculous. You know, do better. And I could go on and on and on about that, as well as other drivers. These loads. Why are we getting below? Yes, can you make your money here? Yes, you can. Even on this bad week, I have done $6,000 gross. It's not too bad. But we are having to work harder for this money than we did in the beginning. We are, and yes, rates go up and down. I know this. That's part of it. I know that. I'm not new to that. But when everywhere else on other load boards, other companies is paying way more than us, apparently freight is a all-time high, right, even record-breaking at some points. But yet we're still getting this cheap freight. $1,500 for 980 miles. Or 768 miles for $1,100. It's ridiculous. Do they have the good loads out here paying $2,000, $3,000, $4,000? Yes, we do have those loads, but they are getting to be really few and far between. Mercer, Landstar, hell, even SFI has loads paying more than what we're getting for the same loads, and they typically get more of a percentage. At least I think some of them do. On top of that, we're not even getting a fuel surcharge anymore. It is so hard. The only way we get a fuel surcharge is if it's a USA load, and finding a USA load with a fuel surcharge is getting to be hard to find now. Most of it is getting covered up under that all-inclusive rate with other customers. It's getting to be bullshit. And it's running away a lot of drivers. We sit here and we ask for a fuel discount, a better fuel discount, and you guys basically said tough shit. How are you going to sit here and you have 200 something drivers, more really, sitting here saying we need a better fuel discount, and you guys look at us and say, or over the phone say to us, well, we can give you a better fuel discount, but it's going to come from the percentage on the load. That's an excuse. That's a piss poor excuse. You guys are becoming greedy. When it comes to these all-inclusive rates, you guys are pulling off the top of the load 3 different times. 3 different times you're pulling off the top of the load. We already know, when you guys get a load, you're pulling money off top of it before it even gets posted. That's how it works. We know that. We're not fucking stupid. So you do that. Then you guys get 35. If we're the 65%, you take 35. If you're 85%, you get 15. Okay? So then you're pulling off the load again. And then, where these loads used to come with a fuel surcharge, the breakthrough fuel surcharge, we're no longer getting that because it's now all inclusive. So you're technically taking part of our fuel surcharge as well. That's 3 times. But yeah, like I said, the rates aren't really going up. We're not getting all these new loads. I'm having to, there's a lot of us that are having to deadhead farther to head out or to get home. That's not right. And a lot of us live in good areas. So, USA is going to keep on, and they're going to lose a lot of drivers. Part of me can't even believe I'm saying some of these things, because like I said, when I came to USA, they were so great. Like I said, I think I said it in my last video. I could go out for 3 or 4 days, and then be home for 3 or 4 days, and still bring home $1,500 after all expenses. I'm having weeks. I have my good weeks, where I've talked about, oh man, I did 7K 3 weeks in a row. I've had those weeks. I've also had my weeks where it didn't matter how hard I busted my ass, I still didn't bring home more than $1,200. You know, it's getting to be a little ridiculous. And like I said, I hope upper management sees this video. Hope they see the other videos getting made. Am I going to be here in 6 months? I don't know. At this rate, the rate we're going right now, I don't think so. The rate we're going right now, I might not be here at the new year. It's October. It's 2 to 3 months. I've got companies right now that would love for me to come pull for them. One company, I could be home every day and still bring home $2,000 after all expenses a week, and be home every night. There's companies I go to, I get back into flatbed. I've got different options. So USA, if you're watching this, if you don't want to lose your drivers, if you do not want to get a bad reputation for the way you are treating us and the way you're doing things, we need better fuel discounts. This 15 cents a gallon ain't cutting it. And it's 15 cents at Pilot, Flying J, TA, and Petro. That's it. No Loves, no mom and pop places. That's it. So, we need better fuel discounts. Mercer, Landstar, SFI, all getting at least 40 cents off a gallon at several different truck stops. They have options. When I was working for US Express, we got killer fuel discounts. Almost no matter what. It varied, some places we got better than others. There was time I was seeing 75 cents off a gallon. We need better fuel discounts, especially with these rising fuel prices. Two, we're not dumb. We have ways we can see other load boards, and we can look at other load boards. We know people. We might have connections. We need better rates. We are below average. We are below everyone else. So we need better rates. Oh, honestly, we really need better percentage. A lot of places are going up to 70%. You guys need to do better on the maintenance. When we say, hey, this trailer, we're the ones out here. We're the ones pulling the load. When we say we need better load, better trailer, we need something worked on, you guys need to do something about it. Now I've got a call coming in, so I got to cut this video short. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a great day. Peace out.